Good morning, good morning. Time for a little Independence Day recap. Independence Day. Supposed to be celebrating when the 13 colonies took back their freedom. Congress declared that the 13 colonies were free from Great Britain, the monarchy. King George III, that prick. We're supposed to be united and free. What happened to free? Came up to Old Orchard for the weekend. Very reluctant to do so. Because I didn't want to deal with this bullshit. I knew the bars would be open, making people wear masks just to get in the door. Sure enough, Friday night, we got here late. My friends wanted to go to the bar. I was like, okay, I'll just say I have a medical condition. They don't honor that. I don't really blame these small businesses, but in a way, you gotta stand up because there's other stores here and bars. I won't name them, but they're not making you wear masks. So if they can do it, and those same places are saying that cops are showing up there with no masks, if those businesses can do it, then the others can too. So, yeah, so I refuse. I absolutely refuse to to wear a mask. So, this morning, I wanted to buy one of these friendship bracelets for my girlfriend and a few friends. And the store, who I will name, Ocean Park Store, the one with the great Cinnabons in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. They're making people wear masks, not honoring medical conditions, which it's none of their business. You ever heard of HIPAA? So I politely asked this guy that was wearing a mask standing outside to buy me a couple. As I said, they're not gonna let me in. I'm like, and I'm not gonna go in there. So he went and bought them for me. And I've just had an amazing weekend hanging out on the beach. Doing my own thing. My friends are a little mad at me because I wouldn't go out to eat with them, and they just don't understand. I need to make a stand. I made a principled decision not to wear a mask. I know they don't work. If they worked, then why wouldn't we just give them to prisoners instead of letting them out conveniently before all the riots and the looting started with Black Lives Matter and Antifa, organizations that are funded by white billionaires like George Soros and Bill Gates and others. It's convenient that there are good people out there protesting for good reasons, but they're being manipulated. They go out there to protest non-violently, peacefully, and they're getting their heads cracked while they're being manipulated, while rioters and looters are allowed to basically burn vehicles, break into stores, steal shit. We're being put on, people. It's a giant psychological operation. They've been doing this shit for years. You know, thinking about Independence Day, you want to honor history, remember history. Well, I think it's important to do that, but not the state's version of it that we've all learned in our indoctrination camps that they call public education. We have one version of history, one version. It's theirs. and we have one version of science, and it's theirs. We live in a scientific dictatorship. Eisenhower warned us about that, as well as the military-industrial complex when he left. I don't know how you guys can't see it. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of research, but I mean, most people, if you ask them, do you trust the media, do you trust the government? Most people would probably say no. I mean, these 6 corporations that control the message for 330 million people, that's unacceptable. Like Nixon said, if the American people didn't see it on television, it didn't happen. Something to that effect. These corporations are sponsored by companies like Merck and GSK and Pfizer and CVS and Lockheed Martin, military contractors, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, General Dynamics, all these things. Why are we seeing commercials for fucking jet fighters? Shit like that. In between every fucking Rachel Maddow and fucking Sean Hannity session, there's you know, a new fucking pharmaceutical drug. Here, let's relieve your pain, but your fucking guts might explode and your asshole might fall out. Come on. What are we doing here? Why are there thousands of doctors, independent researchers, alternative media? Yes, shit that exists on the internet. We need to use discretion, reason, try to corroborate things. You're not gonna always be able to do that with everything, but these fact-checking websites, they're bought and paid for. They're sponsored by Bill Gates and all these people. They're owned. They got it all figured out. They put out the information. People go and investigate, figure out it's bullshit, and then their fact-checkers come and debunk shit. It's ridiculous. The term conspiracy theorists, made up by the CIA to thwart inquiries into the Warren Commission. JFK, back and to the left. Bill Hicks, back and to the left. Come on. Lone gunman. I could go on and on and on. And I will, I just don't have the time right now. I gotta go. I'm gonna go jump in the ocean, continue to live my life. And actually, one cool thing that happened this morning, you know, feeling a little down about this whole thing. Like, just hopeless, like, wondering how this is all gonna end. If people will wake up in time. Because Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, sustainable development, all that stuff, it's coming at us like a freight train. And it's a real thing, the UN's Agenda 21. I just saw the World Health Organization just put out something that said asymptomatic carriers are not infectious. So there's that as well. Just the horse shit continues. People continue to lap it up. Try to live your life. Look out for the people you love. Educate yourselves, please, please, please. If you're being honest, we've been manipulated in so many ways. You took the blue pill, okay? You took the blue pill. You gotta break out of that. Most of you are good people and you mean well, but it's people that are mask shaming and, you know, they got to stand up for something. Unless you want everything taken from you, you better make a stand now. I'm gonna go jump in the ocean. I hope you guys had a good weekend, but the idea of celebrating independence and freedom right now is like, I mean, come on, people. I came up here to get my head right. I didn't want to come up here. I would have rather went camping, but oh yeah, you can't do that. You can go out and protest by the millions for George Floyd, and he can have a funeral. Nobody else can. And yeah, but I can't go camping. Okay. that's pretty much where we're at. But cool thing that happened this morning. Here I am talking still. Went to get breakfast, and this guy at this awesome restaurant who I will promote, or I probably shouldn't, because they didn't make me wear a mask, and it was amazing. I was worried because I was starving, no other options. Every place up here has been super strict, and no, but he didn't make me wear a mask. His name was Don. So I'm sitting, I'm talking to him. He's saying there's cops coming in here, not wearing masks, and he's like, it's not my right. It's not my right to tell people what to do with their body. It's like, this is a free country, or at last it was. So be free, people. Ah, shit, I keep getting lost in the story. Not done with this yet. Haven't slept much. Good weekend. A lot of fun. But this guy, I just saw talking to him, I like him, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stay and eat. I was gonna eat on the beach. I'm like, I'm gonna stay and eat. And so I'm sitting there, waiting for my breakfast. This other guy comes in to get coffee. And the guy, Don, behind the whose restaurant it was, he comes up and he's like, hey, Don, we were out of that wheat bread. And I'm like, wait, his name's Don too? So 2 guys named Don. I met some really cool people here yesterday that were pretty much in agreement with me that this is all total bullshit. So my takeaway from that this morning, 2 Dons, it's always fucking darkest before the dawn. Always. In your own journey, and hopefully with this story that's going on right now, we can rewrite this thing. We can rewrite it. It's always darkest before the dawn. And that made me smile and think, maybe we can win this thing. We could turn this thing around. I want to live. I don't want a fucking vaccine. I don't want to have to wear a mask. I don't want to be told what I do with my body. My body, my choice. And not only when it applies to abortion, all right? I love you all. Be brave. Be free. Be courageous. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are free. Later.